Well, you just saw the first presidential debate of this election cycle. We'll have local reaction from some of this area's youngest voters. As we hit a positive milestone with COVID-19 cases here in our area, a new warning tonight on how the virus might be affecting children and how area football coaches are managing their teams and adjusting schedules because of the pandemic.
This is Chris 6 News at 10.
Well, thanks for joining us. I'm Lee Sausley. Katia has the evening off. At the top, a night of political rhetoric in Cleveland, Ohio, as President Trump and Democrat Joe Biden took to the debate stage for the first time this year. As expected, it was a very contentious debate. For some local college students, it was a chance to hear more about the issues while also getting a political science lesson. Chris 6 News reporter Sept joins us live from the A&M Corpus Christi campus. And Seth, the debate stage was their classroom tonight.
Yeah, the classroom might have been in the Ferguson building behind me, but the attention of all of the students was on President Trump versus former Vice President Biden, round one. Now, the class is called Media and the Making of a President. It's a group of about 20 A&M Corpus Christi seniors, most of them getting ready to vote for a president for the very first time. The class started off with a brief lecture, but after a short break, it was time to focus on the debate. The students even had scorecards to judge the performances of the two candidates that they'll share with their classmates at a later date. Before the debate got started, I spoke to one student to see what he hoped to get out of it.
A little bit more background on, both the candidates a little bit, their policies, what they want to do, what they have planned.
Well, two of the issues that students want to hear more about was immigration and also climate change, something the candidates did not discuss tonight. But the third issue that student was interested in, COVID-19, well, you just heard the candidates spar a lot on that one. Reporting live in Corpus Christi, Seth Kovar, Chris 6 News.
All right, thank you very much. Coming up later in the show, if you missed tonight's debate, we'll recap some of the most interesting moments for you. Also, actor Arnold Schwarzenegger helps alleviate long lines at the polls down in the Rio Grande Valley. Absentee voting again soon for members of the U.S. military deployed overseas or other parts of the nation while on duty. Army Reserve Master Sergeant Susan Benavides is with the 211th Regional Support Group here in Corpus Christi, but she's currently stationed up at Fort Hood. Now, back in 2016, she voted from Kuwait, and she'll be voting absentee again this year.
It's actually one of the freedoms that we help to defend, and I appreciate being able to vote and having that right to do so.
Now, according to the Federal Voting Assistance Program, uniformed service members must have their ballots in the mail by Election Day. And we invite you to join us here at Chris 6 News on Election Day. We will have comprehensive coverage on all the local, state, and national races. We'll also update you on the returns throughout the evening, both on the air and on our social media sites. Nueces County reporting only one COVID-19 related death today. It was a woman in her 80s. That brings the county's death toll from the virus to 417 people. The county also announced 62 new cases today. That brings our total to 20,500 since the start of the pandemic. Well, as always, we're keeping track of coronavirus cases all across the coastal bend, and we've got all that detailed information posted for you on our website, christv.com. Well, new tonight at 10, some good news concerning the fight against COVID-19 here in Nueces County. During the county's weekly news conference this afternoon, Judge Barbara Canales announced that the county has gone from the highest infection rate in the state of Texas to the very lowest. Now, that's huge progress, but she says there is still work to be done.
We've come such a long way from where we were in July. This is something to be proud of, and it's something to be very grateful for. And I also think we must carefully and vigorously defend this line that we have now drawn for ourselves.
Now, there was also one bit of sobering news today. Public Health Director Annette Rodriguez noted that the state is seeing a number of cases of a syndrome that is associated with coronavirus. It is called multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children. The symptoms include abdominal pain, vomiting, and feeling tired. Some 20 cases of that have been reported here in Texas, with another 14 under investigation. 4 of those patients are at Driscoll Children's Hospital, and one of those cases is a resident of Nueces County. Well, time now for a look at the weather, and here is Chief Meteorologist Dale Nelson.
Yes, indeed. Take a look at our weather bug camera from Kingsville. We had a gorgeous day here, not only Kingsville, but everywhere in the coastal bend. And right now it is 63 degrees. The winds are calm. The air is dry, and we are headed for record low temperatures tonight with this scenario in our front well east of us out into the Gulf of Mexico, with temperatures that are all in the 60s across the region, with the exception of Rockport at 58 degrees. The winds, they are light to calm across the board as high pressure is moving right overhead. And tomorrow is going to be a spectacular day, starting at record low levels at 54, 81 at noon, and 84 at 5 p.m. I'll have the complete forecast for you in a few minutes right here. Lee?
Well, the investigation continues into the pipeline explosion and fire in the Corpus Christi ship channel recently. 4 crew members aboard a dredging vessel died in that mishap. The National Transportation Safety Board released its preliminary report today. It says investigators have now conducted interviews with several surviving crew members as well as company officials. However, a precise cause has yet to be determined. Meanwhile, on-scene work continues with the removal of the damaged portions of that pipeline as well as examination of evidence. Well, fire officials say a man started a fire on his property this morning trying to get rid of snakes. We're not sure if any snakes were harmed, but the fire did get out of control and burned about 10 acres of brush. This happened about 10 o'clock this morning on Erish Drive. It's outside the city limits on FM 2444 out beyond the Botanical Gardens. Fortunately, the winds were light this morning and helped keep the flames away from nearby homes. Well, sneeze shields have become a popular item these days, and up next, folks from the South Texas Lighthouse for the Blind are working hard to meet the demand for them. And later, a good day for the Astros and their quest to get back to the World Series.